Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more StarCraft 1 Pro games. This is another in the Flash Ladder Match series. This is going to be an absolutely awesome one. We have Flash here in the bottom left, and in the top right we have, well, it looks like it's a barcode, but this is none other than Mini. Mini, probably the best modern Protoss in the entire world, one of the most successful for sure, has an ASL championship, has another ASL finals, you know, always getting into top 8, top 4, things like that. I think he actually might have the best win rate or the second best next to Rain, but definitely one of the best Protosses out there with a truly modern style pushing this race forward. You know, more than probably anyone else in the world right now. So this should be a really interesting game between them. And we'll just have to see, can Flash, you know, fresh out of the military, deal with someone who has really been changing the way the game has been played while he's been gone. Well, while we wait for it to kind of pick up, I do want to thank you for checking out ArtosisCasts. Please do make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And a big thanks to everyone who has supported on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Artosis. That is below in the description if you'd like to support. But thank you so much, guys. Hope that you're liking all of these awesome ladder games. It seems like people really are enjoying seeing some behind-the-scenes footage. I have some other pros that I'll be going into soon as well. But really fun, especially to see how Flash is going about playing, right? Like, he is someone that, well, I mean, the best ever. What else can you really say about the guy? But let's talk a little bit more about this game in particular. We're on the map Nemesis, right? And Nemesis is such a crazy map. It's so different. You know, it's one of these maps that were bred by Outsider, right? Outsider, the very oldest version of maps like this with ringed bases that are very hard to get to. Nemesis has, like, held up kind of well. It's kind of like a low resource map. There's a lot of cheesy ways that you can play it. It can be really hard to actually get additional expansions as well, by the way. Now, taking a look here, the probe was incoming, and Flash is trying to go for a gasless expansion. So he did start the secondary depot just in case we have a Zealot on the way, so he has a way to micro Marines around here. And he did get his gas started too. He'll just keep one SCV on here and go ahead and expand. You know, that's generally the way that you're going to end up playing this from this position. You'll get your factory, you know, a little bit earlier than if you had made the command center right away, but the command center a little bit later. But this just makes you a lot safer. Now, his SCV did find Mini over across the map, and, you know, he's not 100% sure his Zealot's not out there, but pretty darn sure at this point, right? Like, he's looking at the build order. In fact, when he gets up there and sees exactly what's going on, I think, you know, Flash might actually be able to read this well enough that he's like, yeah, there's no Zealot, because we see him sitting on one Marine with no bunker, so he must be sure at this point. Just shows you the type of understanding that he really has about this game. Now, still scouting over here, watching, waiting to see when a Dragoon will pop out. And, of course, the first factory on the way. We'll see if he goes for a secondary factory. The bunker is going to get started. Flash not going to play too greedily. If a Dragoon gets down here, you're just going to lose the game if you don't have it. So glad to see him putting that down. And let's see if he's going to go ahead and throw down that second factory. It's very, very common to have a second factory made with these gasless expansion builds. It's just you have the economy to support that. But your units are late, so you really do want the second factory. This doesn't necessarily mean that you need to push. Sometimes people will go for this and just try to get some vultures out in the map. But, you know, some of these, like, 3 tank pushes and stuff are very, very strong. Now, looking back at Mini's base, you know, he has a robotics on the way. Now, I believe Flash didn't end up seeing this. He was waiting to make this until he could get rid of that SCV. But, you know, if you know that there's a robo on the way, you can actually do some very aggressive builds from Flash's position, like a 4-factory rush, that type of thing. In this particular game, we have the Armory coming up and Vulture Speed. Look at that. Vulture's just being made immediately. Like, he has 1 Marine. We're almost 5 minutes in the game. 1 Marine in a bunker, and he's going Vultures with Speed. So, Flash reading that Mini, no way, no how, going to walk across the map with his Dragoons, right? Because, well, I say that, and then you see, in fact, that he is going to walk around across the map. And there's like, I mean, the Dragoon could run by, but you generally don't want to do that because the SCVs can just surround it, and it can just die very, very quickly at that point. But as you can see, like, he needs to make some tanks now to actually push them back. Otherwise, he just has to repair basically forever. Now, there is one way to win this in theory that doesn't involve pushing the Dragoons back, right? You keep the right amount of SCVs repairing, but when speed is done, you just run by these Dragoons with your Vultures and say, screw it, attack that all day. I don't care. Because there's going to be so few units at home. If they have these up here attacking your bunker, I think that's what we're going to see here from Flash, right? So we're going to have 6 Vultures, and if he runs by, well, Mini might be able to make a pylon wall, which stops them. That would be pretty darn strong, but if the Vultures get in, they might be able to, like, end the game, basically, because there's going to be so few units otherwise. Now, he's saving up so many, he might actually go out and try to kill these, right? They do have mines now as well. The Dragoons cannot outrun the Vultures. I'm actually getting kind of excited to see what Flash's idea is here. So Flash lifts the barracks, and here we go. We have like 8 Vultures right now going out against the 3 Dragoons. Is he going to run by? Is he going to engage? Okay, he decides to engage, and he is just going for it. So 8 Vultures versus 3 Dragoons. Let's see how that ends up. Not even trying to lay mines, just trying to win mathematically. But, oh my God, that ruined everything. That ruined everything. A Reaver walks up and just hits a Scarab on them. So it blows up a bunch, but it does, you know, Flash was going to end up killing all those Dragoons with his Vultures, decided that that was the best way to go about that. And now he might be in a little bit of trouble. We have Goliaths being made. There is a turret in there, so he takes a little bit of damage, but it's hard to imagine this working out for him. It goes after that shuttle, not going to quite get it. The Vultures do come back to put some more damage on it as well, trying to blow up this bunker that has just 1 Marine in it, and that's going to be it. A very fast game, and Mini going to take down Flash. It felt like Flash was trying something new here, that the idea that you would just not even get tanks at all against those Range Dragoons and then just kill them with Mass Vulture is not something we ever see. But it's honestly, it's kind of exciting when you think about it. If you don't have to make any tanks in that early game and instead you can just fight directly against those. If the Reaver hadn't come in, it feels like he would have been in a good position from that. So, yeah, I mean, if you're a Flash fan, maybe the game is a little bit disappointed, but you can see that he is trying to invent new things right now. And oftentimes that can be what the ladder is for. Anyways, hope that you did enjoy this cast, even though it was a fast one. And thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.